Belladonna, an essential ingredient for saviour schnapps, grows mainly in clearings and leafy forests. If you don't know where to find a certain herb, check the herbs section of the crafting tab in your menu. Or if you're an American, replace that with herb. You're harder to spot at long distances. People have to get close to you to see you clearly. Not me with my silly little glasses. I mean in the game, not in real life, although I'm no longer into these glasses, really. I need new ones. I mean, I've needed new ones for about a year and a half now. You're supposed to get your eyes checked. Well, at least according to... I was almost going to say orthodontists. Opticians? According to opticians here, you're meant to get your eyes tested every couple of years. It's been about 4 since I've bothered. And they keep messaging me. So I should at some point. I need new glasses. These are scratched up as fuck. And I'm sure they're blurrier than they were. So, eh. Oh, I was sure you were going to say orthodox thinkers. The mainstream media, they're always telling me to get new glasses. And that I need to stop bumping into walls. But what do they know? But I don't know, I'm...
something you need?
What are you angry at me? Hennick. Hello, Hennick.
You'd better go before people start to think you're trying to steal something.
I'm literally standing in a field by a maypole. You don't fucking own the wilderness, you weirdo. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know what glasses to get. Like, I'm kind of paralyzed by indecision about it. Like, once I get an eye test, I know I'm going to have to pick out new glasses, because they're going to look at my eyes and go, oh, Jesus, this prescription's out of date. Get new glasses, please. And I'll have to go, oh, fine. But I don't know what shape to go for. I don't think any glasses really suit my face. Whenever I try on glasses, like the rectangular boys here, they're the closest. But I don't think these really suit me either. I wish I just didn't have to wear glasses. I've considered laser. Maybe I'll just fucking get laser eye surgery. I don't know. But I think you're meant to wait until your eyes stop degrading until you get laser eye surgery. Yeah. Can you get a pair like Henry's? If you don't know Henry's glasses, there they are on his little face right there. What are these? Oh, the Dame Edma core. No thanks. I'm not getting them. Try them on. What, with my webcam or something? I think my webcam's already in use. Virtual mirror. The virtual is currently unavailable. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not getting these. Why? The whole page has gone grey now. Cool. Thanks for that. Sorry, you didn't even see those. These. They're horrible. Get some tortoiseshell on you. Oh, God. There's very little I like less than tortoiseshell glasses, I think. I like grey and black glasses. It's very rare that I will get anything else. Even that's a bit fucky. Clear? Ew. Visors? What, like Georgie LaForge? What glasses? Type. Glasses, sunglasses. Just glasses. Give me some glasses. What glasses do you have? Like, instantly, I'm looking at that as, like, an option. €20? I usually try to go a couple of steps up from bottom. Because even if they look alright, the €20 glasses from Specsavers do feel like they're made out of tin foil and hope. So, you know, maybe you'd go up to, like, the 120 mark, maybe? Because you get 2 anyway. You may as well go up a little bit. You don't need to be that cheap. Go up to like the 70, 80, 120 era. Yeah, these are kind of nice. I like these. I don't know. I have the same kind of style. Get them on another online shop. I've been getting them from Specsavers forever, and I do think they are quite cheap when it comes out to it, because you get 2. Like, I get like you get 2 for the price of 1, and I always get sunglasses. Like, I actually think people... I don't think Specsavers is great. However, I think people have gone too far the other way and thinking Specsavers is bad. Because I think they're perfectly reasonable. They're really... Oh, Jesus Christ, the doctor disrespects. No, thank you. I think Specsavers are really, really bad for contact lenses. I think they're fucking ridiculously overpriced. They're shit. Don't get Specsavers contacts. They're like twice the price of anywhere else. Limafow glasses. What shutter shades? Oh god. So yeah, I need to think about what glasses to get. I think actually they might have like a. Don't they have like a, yeah, like finding glasses for your face thing here? What glasses do I want? Unisex, I guess. The whatever it's called. The NB section. Type. I thought they used to have a thing that was like pick out your face shape and stuff like that, and it would give you like a list of glasses that were good. Maybe they got rid of that. Hyper masculine alpha glasses. Yeah, this is a weird menu. If you're NB, you can choose them from any section. Oh, that's some masculine glasses, though. Those are some boy glasses. Look at them. Phil Mitchell would wear these as reading glasses. Some of these look a bit... I mean, anyone could wear these, right? These don't look ultra masculine. Anyway, they're just glasses. Right, let's go do the hermit quest. Last time we were in, we made some horrible horseshoes and X's for this boy in here. He's eating some food, I'm sure. There he is. Hello. Hi.
You have a kind master, eh?
Do you like the porridge you're eating? Can I have some? Bye. He gave us some quests, and his final quest was to find a sword that he doesn't have the materials to make from a hermit that lives in the woods, who apparently has this, like, fancy Spanish sword. So we'll go find that. We need to go to an inn to find out where the hermit actually is, because apparently all the women love him. And then we can go off and maybe steal his sword or something. Gotta, are you sure you want to send this pop-up for messages about glasses? You never seen that before. Get 2 monocles or an opera glass? Ugh. I just don't really like wearing glasses. I sent an image recently to... I don't know if it was the main Discord. I don't think it was. But of a photo of me I found from 2011, maybe? 2012? Or maybe it was 2010? Maybe it was 2010. It was to you as well, yes. Of me aged about 14. And I didn't have glasses in it. And I think I look better without them. Although at this point I think I look weird without them. Because most people know me as wearing glasses. So if I take off my glasses, I get like a moment. Also, I just gained a perk. I'm happy with that. Let's go off in this direction. Arguably should have followed the road, but instead we're going to walk this horse into some dark woods. Yes, I know, horse. Oh, you're unhappy with it, aren't you? It's also very dark, and I bring in a torch. Yes. I did have more freckles, though. At a certain point, all my freckles disappeared, but my eyes got fucked. And I'm not... I don't know. I guess it's an even trade, because I don't think I do look good with freckles. However, I'd like my eyes to work a bit better at the same time. You have nicer hair now. My hair did look very fuckboyish at the time. Hang on, I'm sure I can find it. Let me go over here. And problem is my younger brother's in it, so I'd want to crop him out of it. If I go back in here, I'm just scrolling back through a chat. There I am. It's me. Can I zoom this in? There we go. I can zoom it in so it's just my face. That's a fucking horrible image. That's me. Aged 14 or something. Ew! I really love how shit that necklace is. I think I wore that necklace for a solid year, never taking it off. That is the most fucking prickish little boy I've ever seen. What a fucking horrible rancid idiot. Punch. It is a really punchable expression, isn't it? It's a horrible image. Did you wear eyeliner then too? No! I don't have to wear eyeliner sometimes because my eyelashes are extremely long and extremely dark. I would have liked you. The necklace is so bad. You dress exactly the same. Yeah, I would say from the ages of 12 up, I have dressed basically the same. Although I think I'm wearing like bootcut jeans here. Yeah, look at that. You can tell how baggy they are. You can tell that's going down to a bootcut. That's very unpleasant. But from the upper half, still alright. It's the hair. The hair is so bad. Anyway, let's go back over to the game. Resume. And just walk this way. Go, horse! Is this the right direction? Yes. There's a whole keep here that I've never been to, I'm realising. I've never uncovered this area of the map. I'm sure we'll be sent there eventually.
Quick!
Hello, Jace, welcome. I don't know. I think in general, I peaked in general aesthetics probably around the age of 20, and then I've only backslid since then. But I do wish I didn't wear glasses. The thing is that I can wear contacts, and I enjoy wearing contacts, but they're a bit of a mess. Like, number one, they're kind of expensive, no matter where you get them from. Number two, they're annoying to put in, and number three, if you forget to take them out, it's a real hassle, because sometimes they'll dry out on your eyeball and stick to it like glue. Sometimes they slip back behind your eye, and it's never a big deal. It's never like something that ruins your day, but it's just like 5 minutes of real annoying times as you try and like prise open your eyeball and flick the little plastic tag out from behind your eye socket. So I don't really fuck around with contacts as much as I maybe would like to. I think it would be a lot less bad. Oh, Jesus, sorry. I think it would be a lot less bad if I wore them more frequently so I could actually get the muscle memory down, but I don't. Because also, they are kind of expensive, and so I tend to parcel out contacts, like ration them. As like, I'll only wear it on like a day I'm going somewhere or doing something, you know, interesting. If I'm going out in public rather than just sitting around. Which ends up being very little because I don't go anywhere or do anything. Right, I'm in the town. What time is it? I can't check. Right, off horse. Glasses are better for staring at a screen all day. That's true. I feel like I have better vision in contacts when I wear contacts and have the right prescription and everything. I feel like my depth perception is better, and I feel like I do see like 5% better. However, I don't know, it almost feels like you have motion smoothing on. Like, it almost feels like things are too crisp and weird, and so I get headaches sometimes.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Now, you say that, but if I go into my reputation tab, everybody in this town apparently fucking hates me. It's got like a red frowny face. So make up your mind. Pub. I need to be in pub. Eye dryness too. I will say it's almost worth that for the feeling of taking off contact lenses at night. Like if you've had contact lenses on from like, you know, 8 o'clock in the morning until like 9 o'clock at night or something. Or 10 o'clock at night, and you take them off before you go to bed, and they sort of go off your eyeball, and the rush of air, the cold air touching your eyeball for the first time in the day is so good. It's like taking off a bra for your eyes, I imagine. Which one of you is Betty? Betty. Never having contacts, especially after this chat. It's so pleasant. It's so good. It's like it's almost like taking off socks, but for your eyes. Like just or like a swimming cap, but for your eyeball. You know, it's just you peel it off or it pops off, and then suddenly the cool air goes into your eyes for the first time in 12 hours, and you're like, this is incredible. Because they're not that breathable.
Good evening. What do you need, lad?
I need advice on the hermit. Oh yeah, and those cumins are gone forever. I forgot about that. We got drunk with them and genuinely spoke to a dog.
The humans won't be coming back here. Don't worry.
Good. Peace at last.
Rude.
Until you get into trouble again, that is.
Rude. I need advice on the hermit.
I need some advice.
You want some advice? Here's some for free. I catch you fighting here again, and I'll spank your bare ass like a brat. Down to business. I don't have all day for
Okay.
you. So what do you want?
I promised Radovan the blacksmith I'd go and see Ambrose the hermit in Apollonia.
My God, lad, stay away from them rocks. Ambrose, the hermit, sold his soul to the devil and won't talk to nobody no more.
I heard that as well. But it seems a bit far-fetched.
So why would an evil spirit suddenly start appearing near Apollonia? It's the devil's work, believe you me.
And has anyone sent to the castle for the priest?
Not at all. Bailiff Thrush is keeping it quiet so far. Four
We need like a
strangers came here yesterday.
Reddit atheist to
They
come
sat
in.
in the corner there. Once they heard about
Actually,
the
you know, this is
apparition,
all
they started
highly
to take
illogical.
big interest.
What strangers?
They looked like monks, only they had daggers
Assassins?
concealed under the robes. I saw them clearly. I'm telling you, there's something fishy going on around Ambrose.
I don't like gravy. Can you imagine how good peeling off your skin must feel? I always think this when I see a bug or a lizard or a snake shaded skin. I'm like, that must feel fucking awesome. I mean, maybe it would be unpleasant, but oh, and then being all fresh and soft and pink afterwards. Oh, that would be so good. I'd love that. God, yes. I'd love to just slip out of my entire skin. Oh, sorry, I did like a little shoulder stretch there. It made me feel so nice just thinking about it. Is there magic in this game or purely historical? It's purely historical, but they believe in magic because they're peasants. That's when seagulls try to eat you. I imagine it's like exfoliating your skin. Probably, but like a full body thing at once. Like if I could just go and just take off my entire facial skin, or at least the top couple of layers. Oh, so good. Like I had a crayfish or a lobster or something when I was a kid, and watching him like just slough off his skin every few months and then be slightly bigger but be kind of shy and pink for a couple of days afterwards, it just looked really nice. Anyway, I want to talk to the hermit.
But I have to speak to him.
Didn't you hear what I said? He doesn't speak to nobody.
Yeah, but just give me where the
He
hut is.
hides
I can
away
sneak
his
in.
hut and sends everyone away. I'd think long and hard before doing anything if I was you. Because this reeks of hell.
That's just because you eat sulfur. Sometimes I imagine there was a spell that would make your body expel all unnecessary gunk at once. Oh my god. Just do it while in the shower. Because it would be horrible for a second, but then incredible. Because when I get into the shower, I basically am like deep cleaning myself like a chemical bath. I love being extremely fresh. Oh my god, it would be incredible. It would be like just after having a blocked nose for days. Maybe not a fun fact, but the man who suffered the worst nuclear exposure in history said that in his last days his skin was so weak that nurses would be replacing his bandages and his skin would slip off. That probably wasn't satisfying. Maybe, I don't know. I'd have to ask him. I doubt he's around. Deep cleaning like enemas. Maybe not that far. But again, if I had a single pill or like an injection that was like everything that is not necessarily supposed to be in your body just kind of goes whoom, and just leaves and just kind of sloughs out of whatever orifice for like 2 or 3 minutes and then you're done. Yeah, sure, give it to me. I want to be pure. Yes. Just every pore, just like oil comes out of every pore or whatever, and just your nose cavity and your sinuses just go whoom. Your colon just go whoom. Everything. Just get rid of it all, please. Oh. Oh, now I'm just lost in my own thoughts. Anyway, anything else about this
There's something
hermit?
else I need to know about this hermit.
How do I get to him? God, would that be good? I don't like it here.
How do I get to the herb?
You're asking for trouble, lad. But all right, if you insist, you go through Apollonia along the path below
Okay.
the rocks till you reach the point where it crosses
We know
the
that stream.
And from there, you take the path uphill to the left, leading into the rocks.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah, I know where that is, I think. That's near where America was. Oh, and I got speech 10. Lovely. What do you know about this apparition? The devil himself. It's because of your flesh vessel. Like, I sometimes... Again, I've said this before when we were talking about Elder Scrolls. I wouldn't mind being reptilian. Because it seems like they get that with the skin shedding, at least a little bit. They approach that level of sort of freshness. And they have wiped down surfaces. Oh. I mean, skin's pretty good. Human skin's pretty nice. But I'd like it if it grew no hair ever and was even more like tile. That would be good. What do you know about this apparition?
What do you know about this apparition?
Stanislav, the herds boy. He comes running into the village that night, all terrified, saying he'd seen a
Quote,
rider
stop.
from hell in Apollonia.
John
And the
Carpenter
very
is
next
rolling in
night,
his grave and
appeared
he's
in
not
the
even
rocks below
dead.
The road to Tahov. There's this conciliatory stone
The envy
cross there.
urge to
And
shred
the
to
next day, it
shades.
was at a funny angle. There's some devilry in it for sure.
I've said that if I could look like anything or like transform my whole form, I might look like the lead character from Hollow Knight. And he's kind of insectoid, I think. But that also has some tile vibes to it. I just like tiles. You should shave your head, the whole thing. I have. I wasn't actually that into it. I think because I looked really bad. Who saw this apparition by the cross, by the way? We're going to be ghost hunting, I've decided.
And it was the herds boy who saw it by the cross?
Including
Or
eyebrows?
someone
Yes,
else?
including eyebrows. I did it on
Wife
stream.
Gerda. Ask her yourself. She's not been herself ever since, poor woman.
Maybe she's just hormonal. Oh my, it looked bad. Also, people don't really realise how unpleasant it is to be without eyebrows. Eyebrows are really, really good, not just at like forming facial expressions, but also catching sweat beads that don't go into your eyes as a result. If you shave your eyebrows, your eyes will sting if you do any sort of physical exertion, because sweat will just go into your eyes. Real unpleasant. I think about Dreya's shaved I think Dreya's shaved eyebrows off multiple times. It's just an easy thing. I'd give so many gift subs to see it again. I'll send you a photo of me without eyebrows later. To be honest, with them drawn on, I looked worse. It was a grim era. No, I hated the shave off and pencil in eyebrow era. I'm glad that that's kind of died off. That people are fine with having eyebrows. I mean, I have trimmed my eyebrows before. As in with like a little trimmer and gone like... But, I don't know. I think my eyebrows are quite thick. To the point where my dad used to make fun of me for my eyebrows when I was a kid. My dad would always... Because he's very tall, he would always make fun of me for being very small, at least by comparison. He would call me a hobbit very frequently because I'm quite small and have very large feet. And he would always call me Eugene Levy because of my eyebrows. Which just feels rude to call like a 12-year-old Eugene Levy. Little Lord Eyebrowtle Roy. That was a struggle. Yes, he did also make fun of me for owning a scarf. That's where that comes from. Oh, Christ.
Certainly
Right.
not, kind sir.
Where
I
can
am
I find
here
the
to
herds
clean
boy?
the chambers.
Where can I find the herds?
Is that all?
Stanislav has a sheep pen in the meadow beyond the
My
Tusk of his
chamber.
graveyard, right
I
above the big
have no
crossroads
idea what it is
outside
you imply,
Apollonia.
master. I am but a poor Argonian maid.
Example
So
A.
you
Where
are
did these
my
peculiar
dummy.
monks come from?
Hard to say,
one at
but they
that.
rode in on well-fed
Such
horses.
strong
Monks on
legs,
horseback?
shapely
It's
tail.
definitely odd.
You embarrass me, sir.
Bashka the butcher says
Fear
they
not.
came from the bishop about that
You are safe
diabolical
here with
apparition.
me.
In
I
short,
must finish my
the
cleaning,
fiction.
sir. The mistress will have my head if I do
We dealt
not.
with them before.
Cleaning, eh? I have something for you. Here, polish my spear.
There.
Oh, it is huge. It could take me all night.
Plenty of time, my sweet. Plenty of time.
I need to sleep. I don't know if there's a place to sleep. I need the sleep and save thing. I don't know if I was ever given a place in this town in order to sleep. Like the blacksmith over there, they would let me sleep. I guess I'll have to pay some gold and they'll let me sleep in like the fucking hay. I'm imagining this is the actual audio. I wish they'd write more. Because it's been a while. Where are you again? Betty, give me some place. I want to spend the night
Can
here.
I spend the night here?
Just for one
Just
night.
the one night. All I need is...
For a few groschen.
Fine, I'll pay for one
Agreed.
night.
Here's some
5 groschen for a
Agreed.
room
Like
behind
you
some
can
hay
sleep.
is ridiculous. Like, you're a horrible fucking innkeeper. Also, it literally describes you as innkeeper. So if this isn't an inn, change your fucking name. There we go. Isn't shedding exhausting for animals for do it? I think it's, if you have chitin, I think it's meant to be real unpleasant. Like if you if a tarantula or a lobster or whatever, any arthropod, if they slough off their whole skin, I think that's very energy consuming. I think they have to bulk up for it. But I'm sure a snake's fine. It's just some skin. I think if I was suddenly turned into a lizard, I think the first 3 days I would just be overjoyed with having like a tiled stomach. Like, you know, just like, oh no, some jam fell on my tummy. Well, wipe clean surface, you know, like an ad for like wet wipes. Oh, it'd be amazing. I've never heard the word sloth before, really. Is that how you pronounce chitin? I think that's how you pronounce chitin. I could be wrong, but I think so. I've been saying it wrong for a long time. Hang on. Julian! Help us! Chitin. Pronunciation. How to pronounce chitin? From Julian. First result that comes up. Yippee. Sloth. Sloth is not slang, by the way. Sloth is a word. Sloth. Definition. Sloth is a natural channel that periodically fills with water, like a drain, like draining, or like, you know, yeah, a shed skin, a noun meaning wet area or state of sadness. Slough, English. Of some animals, to have a layer of skin come off. Snakes slough their skin regularly. Synonyms: molt.
Slough.
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 Slough. Learn the word chitin in Animorphs? I think I learned it from the Elder Scrolls, annoyingly. How to pronounce chitin?
Chitin or chitin.
Chitin.
Rather, well, it is chitin. It is not kitten, but rather chitin.
Chitin.
Chitin, a major constituent of the exoskeleton of arthropods.
Arthropods. Okay, maybe we shouldn't trust Julian. Cool. Animorphs gave me nightmares. I learned it in Skyrim. I associate the word chitin. Every time I say it, I think of picking up a chorus chitin in Skyrim from the Falmer Caves. Because that's where I have seen it written down by far the most. It just conjures up that image for me. Those slightly brutally irritating caves. Right. Let's see where this guy is. Talk to the villagers and talk to Gerda, the witness. Well, who would have seen this apparition then? This random guard. Do you have anything to say?
Rain again.
Nope, you do not want to talk to me.
You've done something I should know about.
Shut up.
You're up bright and early today. What would you like?
About this hermit. There was some sort of diabolical apparition in some rocks.
I heard a shepherd saw an apparition in the rocks.
It's not wise to go there. There's a diabolical horseman haunting the place.
Mingin, It's absolutely minging. Oh, I hate the devil. What happened by the cross?
What do you know about the apparition at the cross?
It's all God's holy truth. Gerda from the apothecaries saw the devil
That
there.
is not... I forgot that they never coached this actor on how to say that word. That really took me off guard. The apothecary. Maybe that's a character choice. It's like, I've decided that this character doesn't know how to speak. What happened to the hermit?
What happened to Ambrose the hermit?
He's at death's door with some ailment, and there's a peculiar talk about him. They say he made a pact with hell.
Any particular part of hell? There's 9 whole circles. Well, when did Dante write that? It's also just fan fiction, but when was Dante around? Was that pre-1400 or after it? I'm not sure.
I hear Ambrose the hermit has some old sword.
A few folks saw it at his place some years ago, but then it disappeared. Maybe he sold it or checked it out.
Alright. Goodbye.
See you later, my friend.
Bye. Talk to the witness Gerda, and then maybe go over here and investigate the cross for spooky crimes. Alright. Let me wash my face. Maybe I should start using the word apothecary more. Like, start calling the chemist the apothecary, just to make myself look like a prick. Wear a cloak. Go out and collect my... I went to the chemist today. Maybe I should have gone in a cloak and started saying, "Well met, apothecary. Could I have mine medicines?" Also, I need some food. Do I have any food on me? I've got some dried wolf meat. That doesn't seem great. Ugh. Oh, good. Cloak. Thank you for that. It's no longer particularly cold here, so this is going to be more unpleasant every day. I wonder if there's cloaks in this game. I haven't seen one. Have you been to see a doctor with your recurring cold? No. I have a doctor's appointment on Monday morning at some point. So I'll mention it, maybe. Although I'm mainly doing it just as like a checkup, because they keep emailing me saying, please come to the doctor. And I've put it off for so long that they're now like, we're not going to issue you any more medication if you don't come to the doctor. Like, fine. You haven't seen the last 2 doctors who have worked in this office. I'm like, yeah, right. I'm going to go get some soup, some delicious soup. Is this not open? Oh, for fuck's sake, it's a pub. They don't open until like the afternoon at a minimum. Is there a greengrocer around here? My tummy is rumbly. Damn it. Does anybody sell food? I guess I'm gonna eat some fucking wolf meat. I was thinking of some like delicious vegetables or something, but I'll eat some wolf meat. That'll keep me going for a second. Right, Gerda, what spooky demon did you see cavorting about with a monk? Or a hermit?
I'd like to
describe
ask you
the
about
cavorting.
No, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Go away, please.
There's nothing to be afraid of. That's apparently my highest stat here. Because I'm wearing a lot of armor.
Easy now, Gerda.
You're just a woman.
We'll get to the bottom of this
calm down.
Together.
Really?
Yay, it worked.
To laugh at me like all the others?
I believe you really did see something.
It was probably a result of your moon's blood. So, I'm just thinking, what would a medieval person call it? Ugh. I am Bender, please insert Gerda. Ugh, that's almost a ban. I liked Futurama quite a bit as a kid. And then rewatched the first couple of series 2 or 3 years ago now. And found it absolutely insufferable. Like, I still liked Bender, and I thought a couple of the other characters were funny. But basically, anytime Fry and Leela were on screen, I was like throwing shit at the TV, going like, boo! Get away! I hate both of you. Where did you see this apparition? I like Bender the least. I like Bender, I like Zoidberg, and I like Hermes. I think those were kind of funny. Although, Zoidberg has some troubling stuff too. Farnsworth's alright. Really, it's everybody but Fry and Leela that I'm alright with. Never like Futurama, couldn't get past Fry. Fry is such an unpleasant little incel in that show. I never noticed it as a kid. It's so apparent. I love Zoidberg, but Bender is 0% funny. I get how you can find him annoying. I think I just like John DiMaggio a lot. Kip too, I like Kip as well. Actually, the stuff with Kip and what's his name? The other Billy West character. I mean, he voices like half the cast. What's his name? The parody of William Shatner. I'm not looking at chat. I want to remember his name. My sanity isn't going to slip away this quick. What's his fucking name? What's his name? The guy who wears a very, very, very short skirt and bullies that alien. Is a parody of Star Wars. Zap Brannigan. Zap Brannigan is funny. Zap Brannigan, thank you. Thanks, Mikey. He's good. Very Troy McClure vibes, which makes sense because he was the guy. That guy was meant to voice him before he died, got murdered. Anyway, what happened with the apparition?
Relax, Gerda.
Stop telling him to relax. It's getting patronizing.
Tell me what happened with the apparition.
It was the day before yesterday.
Here's a root with some chest
I was
hair.
picking marshmallow roots above the rocks.
Marshmallows? I hate marshmallows.
Near the big dry tree, not
I've never had the flower.
Tahoe.
I don't know if you
didn't
were
get
supposed to
home
eat
till after
that.
dark when I suddenly realized I didn't have my knife.
So you went back to the cross.
God have mercy. He hopped up right out of the ground in front of me. He was all in black and he was grinding his teeth. I started to scream. There was
Grinding
something
teeth is a
glinting
very
in the dark
unpleasant
and this
noise.
clanking sound, and I just turned and scarpered.
That's all?
At one point I turned around.
It sounds like you just saw a guy wearing some armor going "Rah" at you.
It was like the devil and heading straight to Apollonia.
It kind of feels a little bit like when people freaked out over Spring-Heel Jack. When Spring-Heel Jack kind of mainly, I recognize that some people were traumatized, kind of mainly sounds really funny. If you don't know, Spring-Heel Jack was, I believe, a Victorian character. I mean, he was a real guy. I don't think anybody knows who he was. Who had springs built into his shoes. And would run around dressed as a monster with a big cloak. Like jumping over fences and going, rah, at people. With like fake claws and stuff going, rah, at them. And then jumping away again. And people were like fell into comas and shit like that, which is really funny. Like people just didn't. People were just worse back then. It was Spring-Heel Jack. I think some people claim he was spitting fire, which was either fake or he probably just was like spitting like alcohol and lighting it or something. Also funny, honestly. Yeah, there we go. Here's a Wikipedia entry. Born too early for TikTok. An entity in English folklore of the Victorian era. The first sighting was in 1837 and then all across the UK, but mainly in London. There are many theories about the nature and identity of Spring-Heel Jack. Diabolical physiognomy, clawed hands and eyes that resembled red balls of fire. It was probably just some guy jumping over a fence going "Bleh" at people. Which is very funny. Paranormal conjectures. Shut up. It's not paranormal. It's just some idiot with too much time on his hands. Anyway, cool. And then probably either copycats or people going, oh, me too. Where did you see the apparition? I'll find out what happened. She said by the cross.
Don't worry, Gerda. Nobody's going to make fun of you anymore.
If it turns out to be a raccoon, people are going to make fun of you. Although actually, no, they wouldn't know what a raccoon is.
What do you think happened?
I don't know yet. I'm not going to go, they summon the devil. Come on now, Henry. You know how to read. This is beneath you.
I don't know yet, but you needn't fear. Everything will get cleared up soon.
Thank you. By all the saints, thank you. But please, come and tell me how it turned out. I'll make it worth your while.
All right. Spring Heel Jack is a song composed by Neil Cicierega, published under the pseudonym Lemon Demon. I've never listened to a Lemon Demon song. I know of them, and I know they're Neil Cicierega. But I've never bothered to... I associate them with Tumblr. Like a lot of Neil Cicierega stuff, I suppose. Alright, let's go. Out here by the cross. Investigate the cross. Alright. And then I can talk to this witness out here as well. Talk to the witness. And then the shepherd claims to have seen the devil. Okay, fine. Let's...
I apologize.
If the Inquisition is, maybe we should do
What's
this.
place where you saw the apparition?
It's a conciliatory cross, erected in the memory of some innocent's death. They
Just
say
get all the information.
all askew. Everyone here.
The cross is askew. Okay,
Yes,
that's
my
fine.
friend.
I don't know who he is. I've just heard you mention him several times. Neil Cicierega is sort of this legendary figure in millennial internet culture, I would say, where virtually everything seems to have been made by him.
I did see something. That cross hides a secret.
All right, if you say so, Henry. I think the first time I became aware of Neil Cicierega was the short cartoon The Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. This is the ultimate showdown. Which was on Newgrounds, I think, fucking ages ago. Like 2004. He also did Harry Potter Puppet Pals. He did like a series of... he's done lots of famous sketches. He did the mashup albums like Mouth Dreams and Mouth Silence, where you may remember Bustin' Makes Me Feel Good as a lead single. Very, very, very famous in terms of the internet. He's not the sort of famous where I think if you told your grandmother about him, she'd go, oh yeah, that guy. Bustin' Makes Me Feel Good. I love that song. Invisible Man sleeping in your bed. Like, that's not going to be that level of fame. But anybody who has been on the internet from the era of like 2000 to 2020 probably knows him. And if they don't, for once, they're the out-of-touch ones. Not ringing bells for me, never heard until this stream. Bees, what we checking to goat. Horrible for a sentence to read. Is this the cross? No, this isn't the cross. This is the old pagan gods. Which look way cooler. I love this skull in particular. Look at that little crown. Lovely. I sort of associate him with that era of YouTubers and content creators like, you know, early Tom Ska and Weeble and, you know, that era of things. People who were on Newgrounds and stuff. Honestly, a little bit before my time, but I'm still aware of them. Before the dark times. I still watch Tom Ska. I watch his content series, which is funny. But a lot of the stuff is, you know... Like, I was never really on Newgrounds. I found this stuff a bit later. Like, there was all these sites like Newgrounds and... Albino Black Sheep and E-Bombs World and all these sites that were huge in the pre-YouTube internet that all got killed. Oh, here we go. Cross.
The conciliatory cross. A memorial to the unfortunate death of that young man. But I'm more interested in what secrets it conceals now.
This is barely a cross. I think it's because anything I would have seen of them at the time would have been categorized as internet lol and not an actual person. I think that's completely fair. Well, this looks a little bit like that scene in The Lord of the Rings, that either version, because Ralph Bakshi did it and then Peter Jackson just kind of ripped the entire scene off of it. The bit where the hobbits are like hiding under the tree branches or the tree roots, while the Black Rider gets on his hands and knees and sniffs. That cool scene. I really like that scene. I used to watch Ed's World. See, Ed's World is a little bit before my time. I don't remember Ed's World. I came to Tomska later. I have never come to Tomska. I would like to make that clear in my phrasing. Start digging.
Can't do this without a spade.
Well, on my horse there is a spade. Hang on. Where's my horse? Way back there. Please let it teleport. Yeah, there we go. Great cinematography in that scene. I didn't even realise it was an homage until I watched later, much later on, the Ralph Bakshi animated Lord of the Rings. And the exact same scene with the exact same shots and the exact same music and angles and everything is in it. And I went, oh, that makes sense. Oh, it's a wolf! Help. Why is there a wolf here? I thought you were saying Tom Scott. I've also never watched a Tom Scott video. That marks me out as a non-millennial sometimes. Never experienced a Tom Scott video. Oh! I never saw it either. So far I'm still put off by Aragorn's outfit. I would say in general the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings is not great. But there's a couple of really good scenes. A couple of the rotoscoped animation sequences with the orcs are incredibly cool. Okay, there, are we done? Is there more? Yep. Smash him. Oh, come on. At least run off. I'm sick of you. There we go. Run away. But, yeah, I don't know if I'd massively recommend it. But there's a couple of shots. Basically, Peter Jackson was obsessed with it. And there are a couple of shots and scenes in general from the animated Lord of the Rings movies that are recreated one for one in Peter Jackson's movies. The most notable one is the Black Rider one. We've all come to Tom Scott. Fuck off, never seen one? No, I've never bothered to watch one. I know he does like, or did, I think he's retired now, but he did like little mini YouTube documentary stuff, right? Like 3 minutes long. It's fantastic. Bakshi's other stuff is very strange. I have never seen a Ralph Bakshi thing that I thought was even passably good. However, I do think he has a very fun art style, and he's also the horniest man I've ever seen. Like, you can feel the weird pervert energy coming off everything he makes, which I appreciate. That's fun. Peter Jackson, not a great director, though. I would say that's broadly true. I think for somehow, because I like some early Peter Jackson. I like Dead Alive or Brain Dead or whatever you want to call it. But I feel like Peter Jackson somehow managed to concentrate all of his available talent in his body into producing one trilogy, and then it all dissipated. It's like he used it all up like a battery. And it's like 3 of the greatest movies ever made, especially the extended. I love them, sincerely. I think they're almost perfect. But after that, everything he makes is fairly shit, to be honest. And before that, it's all very messy. Like, I'm shocked he was allowed to direct them, like a grand epic scale movie, because like, Brain Dead, I think is a good movie, but it's fucking weird and choppy and almost looks like a student film. Whereas then he makes Lord of the Rings and it's incredible. And then he makes, almost immediately after, he makes what? King Kong, which is fairly shit. The Hobbit movies, which are beyond shit. He produces a lot of awful shit like teen movies. He's not very good, basically. But fluked out with Lord of the Rings. Well done him. Him and Fran Walsh and the other one, Philippa Boyd, is that her name? Just really knocked it out of the park. Okay, I still need my... Where's my horse? That was the whole thing. I need my horse. Horse, give me spade. Moved inventory. There we go. I will dig up this grave for some reason. I don't know if this should be my first port of call. Oh, there's my horse. I can see its ass. In fair, there's so much talent and dedication involved in Lord of the Rings. Fantastic job, impossible to recreate. I would say everybody involved, from costuming to writing to casting to acting, is doing their absolute best, except for Orlando Bloom, who shouldn't be there, and Liv Tyler, who also shouldn't be there. But everybody else, everybody's doing their utmost and being the best version of themselves they can possibly be. It just all came... Can you shut up? Do you want like some meat or something?
Here you go.
Bloom didn't even know he was there. Well done, them. Eat your little dog meats. Come on. It's rolling down the hill. Oh, whatever. Go chase it. The fuck was that noise? A laser cow? It's like Emma was actually talking about this last night for some reason.
Fresh soil.
And she was saying that she's always surprised at how much snobbishness led to so few acting nominations for those movies. Because Return of the King, which is the least good one, Return of the King got 11 Oscars or something ridiculous like that, out of like 20 nominations, but like 1 for acting, maybe? It's very few nods for acting. It's because it's a genre piece and it's a fantasy, and you don't associate them with acting. But Ian McKellen, Elijah Wood, Sean Astin, and Viggo Mortensen in particular are doing incredible work. And I was shocked at how great Sean Bean was when I last watched them. Like, he's incredible in that first movie. He's so good. And even in the flashback in the third movie that's cut out in the theatrical version, he's so amazing. Ooh, a nice book. A decree. An old letter. Some groschen. A cloak! I was just talking about cloaks. Lovely.
He didn't take either the coin or the books. So it wasn't a thief. It must be something else he was after.
The body? I don't know. Can I wear this cloak? Hang on, I didn't realize cloaks were going to be a thing, and I'm very happy that they are. Also, a waffen frock. Is this better than mine? It's, yes, a little bit better. Well, it gives me more charisma, I think. But that might be just because it's cleaner. I'll keep it on me for now and try it on later. Where's this cloak? Oh, it might be an other. I don't know if I can wear this cloak. Ah, you fucker. I want a cloak. I love Sean Bean more every time I watch it. I think he's so good. It was to where I didn't even see Sean Bean. I just saw the character. Carl Urban does that too. I think so, yes. That's very rare for me, where I'm like, oh, you just forget you're watching an actor. And Sean Bean, I think, has very occasionally managed to do it. Oh, Bernard Hill is heartbreaking in that movie. Yes, I know you're hungry. Like that scene, I mean, a lot of scenes that he's in, and a lot of the time I find that I really appreciate smaller character moments rather than big character moments, and I think he can do them both very well. Like, there's 2 moments that I think Bernard Hill nails. One is the big character moment where he is mourning the death of his son and is like, no parent should have to outlive their child, and like falls to his knees. That could come across as very melodramatic and smarmy. He pulls it off fantastically. And the other one is, I think, and this is only in the extended edition, and it might be Two Towers or Return of the King, the very beginning. He's standing at the foot of the Tower of Isengard, and Sauron is shouting down basically insults at him. And he's basically like getting in some final barbs because he knows he's fucked. And he calls Theoden like a lesser son of lesser kings who's let his kingdom go to waste because he's not good enough, basically. And it cuts to Bernard's Hill face, and you can just tell with a couple of expressions that that Theoden is like, yeah, he's right. Like, he's right, and this is true. And it's really struck me to my soul, even though I'm keeping up a brave face. And it's like 5 seconds of screen time, and I think he really sells it. And it's just like a really great moment. It's like, I think, really, really good at selling these like tiny character moments that sell the whole character. Did you know that guy broke his foot when he kicked that thing? I've never seen Lord of the Rings. I don't know. I think Lord of the Rings, it's possible it's one of those movies that if you haven't seen it might be built up too much. But I really love it. I watched them all the time when I was young. And every couple of years, Emma and I rewatched them. The extended editions. The problem with the extended editions is that they are way better. However, they take so long to watch. One of the best movie kings ever, hands down. Like, noticeably kingly. It's good. I really like it. I'll be honest. I think it's maybe one of the very few, if only, things where I would say the adaptation is better than the books. I think the books are good, but I'll be honest. I am one of those people who goes, they're very dry. They're quite dry and quite overwrought, and I like them, but, you know, they're a bit hard going. Whereas the movies, I think they're perfect adaptations. What is this chat? What the fuck? How dare? I've never seen Lord of the Rings either. I didn't think this was possible to go through life without seeing them. My wife has never seen them and has repeatedly said she'll see them one day. I say in my head, nah, you won't. Well, if you do watch the extended edition, this is the thing. You should probably, if you're getting somebody into them, probably watch the theatrical versions, because they're way shorter, they're normal movie length, whereas the extended editions are so much better. However, they're 14 hours long. That's not a joke. They're about 4 hours long each, or something like that, so they're about 12 hours total. They have intermissions when you got them on DVD. Right, I'm going to select all and wash my clothes with soap so I can be clean and nice. Extended editions are in real time. They take several years to get to Mordor. Again, good adaptations, because a lot of that third book is walking. I feel like you can appreciate the EE more if you've seen the originals a bunch of times. I've seen the theatricals probably twice, and then watched the extended and went, wow, I can never go back. But I did really love the theatricals when I saw them, so, you know, it makes sense. Right, where exactly am I going next? Also, did that increase my charisma? Yes. 14. So which is better? If I put on this Waffenfrock. 15! Alright. You know what? I'll wear this. I'll wear this Waffenfrock. That'll be nice. I might even try and repair it. Can I repair it? I have a tailor's kit. No, I am not good enough at repairing to repair this. But I will repair the other stuff and use this armor's kit as well. Just to keep my stuff in good nick. You know, that's probably a good idea. Just in case I come across more wolves. When do you think they'll be reimagined with a new director? It's, unfortunately, The Lord of the Rings as a film series / TV, like a media franchise, is a lot like Jurassic Park, where you have this one gleaming trilogy. You have one movie with Jurassic Park, so it's a bit worse on that side, but you have this one gleaming trilogy that's almost perfect. And then, I'm willing to say it, everything else Lord of the Rings related that has ever come out is hot shit and almost unwatchable. I haven't seen the animated Rohirrim movie, but I've heard bad things. Rings of Power is an embarrassment. I'm shocked somebody high profile hasn't been fired over it. The Hobbit trilogy is also very embarrassing. It's, you know how I said all of his creative juice got used up on Lord of the Rings? That is very much on show in The Hobbit. It's all bad. It's all really, really, really bad. Thing is, yeah, I agree with Grenarius. You still have Lord of the Rings, the extended edition. It still somehow looks great. It's really good. But everything else is bad. 6 years' time, it'll be an anime version, Netflix exclusive. Wasn't that I think it was Amazon exclusive, but it was the Rohirrim. Is that an anime? It's animated, I know. Maybe someone smart can explain why CGI look bad when old sets look good. Thing is, the CGI, there's a lot of CGI used in the original series. The original series, like it's fucking Star Wars. In the Lord of the Rings trilogy. But it looks so much better than The Hobbit, which came out 10 years later. And it's baffling to me how that happened. Like, because they're using a mix of... And I think what it comes down to is that back when the Lord of the Rings came out, we were still in an era when CG wasn't quite at the point where you could do everything with it. And so you would use CG with practical effects and in places where you couldn't do practical effects, right? Like, if you couldn't physically do something, you'd use CG to fill in the gaps. Or you'd use CG to fill in the seams, you know, that kind of thing. And it works perfectly, and it makes everything look great. Then by The Hobbit, it was like, it's all CG. It's just a green screen, and that's it. And it makes... Because it's interesting that you look at there's a scene in the first Hobbit movie where they go to Rivendell. And then you compare it to a movie from 10 years earlier where they went to Rivendell. And it's the same actors, and probably parts of the same set. And one looks like a fucked up AI-generated cartoon, and the other looks amazing, and like, I need to visit this place. And it's just all the sauce got leaked out. They just don't know how to do... Oh!
Hey, Wayfarer!
Why did you jump up at me?
Ahead of you. Why don't you and I roll some dice?
No, I'm walking. I'll do it on the way back, maybe. Ian McKellen crying in the corner of a completely green set. Yes, I have heard that story too. Like the new crowd technology they made. They used it where they had to. Exactly. And it's I think it's a perfect example. Honestly, people hate it when this gets brought up, but like Michael Bay can be quite good at doing this. Michael Bay, I think, is a shit director who makes shit movies. However, he is very renowned for combining CG with practical effects. Practical explosions, practical cars turning over and getting crushed by big semi-practical robots, and then CGIing them when they're fighting and stuff like that. And it makes things have a lot more weight to them. And it's interesting. I think, honestly, a lot of studios have lost their way with that and just make shit because it's cheaper. It's like why every Marvel movie, at least from after like 2012, looks worse than a lot of big budget action movies from 10 years before. It's because they do everything last minute in post, and it's just not good anymore. It's because they can make them look better. They absolutely can, but they don't because that's more expensive, and it means that they can't keep tinkering right up until the moment of release. To the point where a couple of Marvel movies, I think the latest Thor movie was not actually finished for its theatrical release. Like, they changed stuff while it was in theaters. So some people, if you saw it early enough, saw a slightly different CGI take. It's a good take. It's going to be my take from now on as well. I think it's fairly accepted. I don't think this is a hot take, really. Can I steal your soup, by the way? I'm going to steal your soup before we talk. Or porridge or whatever. Oh, it looks quite delicious, actually. We can have a kid on a YouTube channel with 12 subs produce something that decimates multi-billion studios. It's because they're not, like, re-revising it over and over and over and over again. It's like, I remember reading an interview with Tom Holland, I think, maybe? It was only half of an interview, because I find Tom Holland fairly insufferable. But he was in an interview with the other two Spider-Men, cinematic Spider-Men, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. And there was a moment where I felt quite sorry for him. I mean, it's hard to feel sorry for him when he's making so much money from this slop, but, like, you know what I mean. Where they were talking about their outfits and their different spider suits for the movies. And Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield had physical suits. They had, like, you know, rubber and lycra superhero suits that they got to wear. And Tom Holland said something quite sad where he was like, I never got to wear a suit. Or like, I don't get to wear a suit anymore. They make me wear a green bodysuit that's basically painted on, and that they CG it on later so that they can't have any seams and stuff like that. And he just looked a bit like, I wish I got to wear a suit. It was quite grim. But the other thing was that in this same interview, I think, it might have been a different one, they were saying that for one of the Avengers Infinity War movies, or Endgame, or whichever one it was, that the big penultimate fight scene was taking place on a big green screen. And they were told while filming that it was in some woods. But then, and the final thing, it takes place on like a big wasteland. right? And basically it turns out that it had gone through like 5 or 6 different landscapes that they had all been hired to make and animate and incorporate into the characters and stuff like that. And then some suit went, nah, don't like this anymore. Make it like a desert. And then they would make a desert, and then they'd go, nah, actually make it like a grey battle scene. And so they make it into like a grey wasteland with mud and stuff, like a World War I kind of style thing. And it's like that gets done over and over again, which is why it looks so cheap and looks so kind of glossy and shit, is because they simply don't do it properly with enough time. They don't plan, they don't feel the need anymore if it's that big budget. Obviously most movies do, but if it's that huge a budget, you don't necessarily need anymore, if you're Disney, to plan out shots as much. Like, you can plan out the shots with the actors, but you can always CG the backgrounds to be whatever you like. So you can just kind of go, I changed my mind, I changed my mind, I changed my mind. And it just makes everything feel less special. Because it means that you don't have a full vision in mind when you're filming it. Because if you're shooting on location, or even with a good idea of what you're making in CG, you will have a vision in your mind of what you want this shot to look like. Whereas if you don't, you just have an angle, and that's not as interesting. It's not as bad as like AI generated movies, but I feel like it's the step that allows people to accept those. Anyway, hello Shepherd Stanislav. I reckon we're about 4 years out from the first AI directed movie. Probably. It's gonna be grim. We're gonna tell Dreya that they forgot to change the category. I mean, according to OBS, it is set to Kingdom Come Deliverance. That might be wrong, because Twitch frequently breaks. I will change it again. Maybe that's done at this time. I heard you saw an apparition, by the way. I got lost in the sauce about movies. I've been thinking about this, right? Basically, I went out and took some photos this morning, because I was on a little walk, with this, like, you know, cheap shit, ancient digital camera that I have, that I found in a drawer at my parents' old house that they were moving out of. And I was like, I might walk around with a camera and just take some shots, you know, that are a little bit more composed and slightly better than what I could take on my phone, even though it is old and cheap. Very old. This is like 15 years old. But it just got me thinking about like actually composing shots and like color balancing and stuff like that, and how that's not as much of a thing anymore. By the way, I would recommend, I think this camera is like 16, 17 years old probably. It is still about 10% better than my current phone's camera. And I think it's all to do with the optical zoom. Like the fact that if I press this button, hang on, the lens pops out and there's like an actual swirly physical zoom. It's so nice. I think digital zoom ruins pictures. It's so shit when you do a digital zoom. But like having an actual proper lens that pops out that you can just like take photos with, it just feels nicer. It's really made me not like my phone camera anymore. But, you know, it is obviously very lovely and convenient to have a phone camera. Let's go back to the game. I heard you saw an apparition.
I hear you saw some diabolical...
Was it the devil? Beelzebub?
Was it the bailiff?
That's not the devil, is it?
Or
I'm not caught up on Christian lore.
I want to go to Apollonia to see Ambrose, the hermit. I've heard talk he's somehow linked to that apparition. So I need to know what you saw that night.
Was it
Why
Baal?
do you wanna know? Forget that shit, pal. It reeks of fire and brimstone.
Is that still canonical Christian stuff? The whole, the devil's like generals in hell, or is that all like Dante fan fiction? I'm not sure. You know, he's got like lieutenants in hell called like Beelzebub and Baal and Belial and stuff like that. I'm not sure when that was canon and when it wasn't. I know how to deal with evil spirits. Do you want to roast in hell? Oh, Christ, I don't know. Forked tongue? Is that like, you know, coercion? I know how to deal with evil spirits. I can read Latin even, sort of. I can sound it out.
I know how to deal with evil spirits. I know a spell. Want to learn it?
Of course.
Say after me. Vade retro satana.
I think that is Latin.
Vade retro.
I think that means get back Satan.
Remember that.
My Latin is non-existent, but I think that means, like, get
My
back
God,
Satan.
What a spell. It's clear you know your stuff. What did you want to know?
Alright, about the apparition. Some is Milton, but that could be Dante too. I think he came before. Ah. It's still in the Bible? I've read bits of the Bible, but to be fair, a lot of the stuff we read was more focusing on New Testament stuff when I was in school. So I don't really know a lot of the order of Satan and, you know, his lieutenants and the intricacies of heaven and hell really well. It was mainly like, hey guys, I'm gonna multiply some fish for you. Oh, that's cool, dudes. Like, you know, just Jesus hanging out with his oily friends. That is in the New Testament. Oh! Maybe I should read the New Testament again. I probably won't. It's like the Silmarillion. It's all very dull. You really cherry pick some bits that are stories. What did you see that night at the crossroads?
What exactly did you
It's all
see that
fan
night at
fiction.
the crossroads?
A diabolical apparition. A black rider on a black horse flew
We were just talking
into
about
Apollonia.
Peter Jackson.
His eyes glowed, and his horse was black as charcoal. He turned this way and that a couple of times at the crossroads, and then darted off into the rocks. To the hermit's place, I'm sure.
He turned this way and that. That's strange. Would the devil not know the way?
I'm telling the truth. Gerda from the apothecary saw him too.
Okay, he can say it. Okay. Find out the truth about the devil. Well, we've been trying to do that for a while. Am I wrong in saying that the devil, like being a physical guy who'd come out and cavort and stuff, is a very medieval thing? Like, and wasn't really around as much before then. I remember vaguely reading that somewhere. The term Belial is used in the Old Testament, which is then personified as the devil in the New Testament. Over the years, these more direct references were replaced with terms like wicked. Ah! Simplifying the Bible like Elder Scrolls. Why would the devil go to see this hermit?
But the hermit helps people though, doesn't he?
Aye, he did. Only now they're saying he was at death's door and sold his soul to the devil. And that was the horseman.
I always thought, surely the devil's got better shit to be doing than collecting individual souls. Unless he was bored that day.
Why? Why would the old man have sold his soul to the devil and then kept living as a pauper in his hut?
It's his
Who
goon
knows
cave.
what's going on in them rocks? Some devilish trickery for sure.
Like Gehenna being an actual place where they had fires and then got turned into hell, maybe. Again, I'm not really that sure about the lore of the Bible. You'd think I would be, considering I had weekly minimum religion classes from the ages of 4 till 18.
And the trail leads into the rocks.
Primarily taking place around Christianity and Catholicism, really. I'm going to steal more soup, if you don't mind, because I'm still... My tummy's still a bit rumbly. Germany showing up Ireland in religious education. Well, it's what you'd expect from Irish religious education. Occasionally you'd get one who was lovely and actually taught us about like world religions and was nice, but mainly the religion teachers were like either people coming in with acoustic guitars, turning around the chair and going, "Oh, here's a little ditty about a guy named Jesus," and singing a song, or it was a guy with a very sweaty mustache going, "I love Jesus and here's why you should too, and if you don't, you're a sinner." So it's really the old and the new school. Woo! I got parts of it mixed up with stuff I read in novels, so it gets tricky. I know that canonically, the devil is meant to be very sexy, because he's Lucifer, right? And Lucifer was known as one of the sexiest angels before he got tossed out. So I think he's meant to be quite hot. Fitty. Uncircumcised Jews were once labelled as sons of Belial. That's a cool nickname, if you own it, I guess. Obviously, it's horrible and anti-Semitic, but I feel like that could be a fun club name. I've seen that Netflix show. Oh, there is a show called Lucifer. I think my mum watched it. Because my mum will watch any hot guy slop, I think I'm going to describe it as. If there's a show that looks like it should be on the CW and has the same kind of budget and tone as Supernatural, but it has some hot guys in it, my mum will watch every episode. I'm thinking things like The Vampire Diaries and True Blood there. Oh god, I just wandered into a fucking camp of evil boys! Fucking hell, I wasn't paying attention where I was walking! Eep! That's bad. I could deal with one or two of those. Oh, fuck me. Okay, back off. You're puffed, you're puffed, you're puffed. This is not going to go well. I don't have my stem potion on either. Okay, a lot of these people are not wearing armor, so I'm actually not too worried. Especially if my dog does that. Ow. Oh my god. A couple of strikes to the head and you are absolutely fucked. This should not go too poorly then. Come on, hit me. If my dog actually bothers to attack as well sometimes, that'd be perfect. There we go. Woo. There we fucking go. Ow! Okay, I'll deal with you in a second. Wait, are you fighting me still? I thought you were backing down. You're an idiot. Whoa! I've got more puff than you for once. So this is going better and better. There we go. Get puffed out, nerd! Ah, my puff! Yes, thank you, dog. Ah, my stubby arms foiled again. This way. This way. There we fucking go. Well done, dog. Oh, you're not dead. Do you wanna... I imagine you're gonna bleed out in a second. Do you wanna... You're not asking for... Are you alright? My dog is not happy about you.
That dog just does what he wants. Not what I want him to do.
Do you want to talk? Alright, fine. Apparently Lucifer was a Sandman spin-off, I didn't even know. You mean he doesn't look like Al Pacino circa 1998? Is this a Devil's Advocate remake or reference? A movie I forgot existed until just this second. Because who remembers Devil's Advocate? Oh, we were talking about Keanu Reeves yesterday. It's a coincidence. Alright, I mean, look, you can run off if you want. That's fine. I'll steal your friend's clothes and chest keys. That was only 3, I thought. 3 or 4 people? Was there more in here that just didn't bother running out to me? It's very rainy. No, that seems to be everybody. Alright, cool. Well done, me. Where's the chest that I can open? Down here. Oh, somebody's here. Who's looking for me? Somebody's searching for me. I'm very proud of the reference. Coin sword pommel? Sure, I'll take that. I'll take these materials. Just because I might make some swords off camera, we'll see. I found it annoying, but we'll try it out. We need to be heading up here. That's where Apollonia is, and that's more about the hermit. Okay. Let's find out more about Apollonia. I have seen The Devil's Advocate, but not in a long time. And I remember very little about it. It's probably alright. Is it in the era of Al Pacino movies? Are you... You're not... You want to fight again? You were so fucked! What are you doing? Alright, I mean, that was really on you. Is it in the era of Al Pacino trying and acting and giving an amazing performance? Or is it the era where he gave up completely and just started going, hoo-ah? Every other sentence. You've got a great ass! Wah! A little of the latter. Because I have seen Al Pacino give some of the most heartbreaking, intense performances I've ever seen in a movie. Good for Al Pacino, to be fair. I'm probably his height. And I've also seen him act like somebody who has never heard of the concept of acting. I've seen about half of Godfather Part 3. Too much.
Good doggy. Good boy.
I keep thinking they're doing puppy play before remembering I have a dog. Like, I've watched, I don't know, first thing that comes to mind, Dog Day Afternoon. I think Dog Day Afternoon is one of the all-time great cinematic performances from him. And then you watch anything from the 90s with Al Pacino, and you go, oh my god, what happened? You watch Insomnia, which I think is a good movie, but a lot of it is him just going, Wah! I'm sleepy! Wah! Sorry. I'll stop that. 70s Al Pacino, an incredible actor. It's the start of his hoo-ah era when he gave up. I'd still recommend Insomnia. He can still deliver. Just in a different way. But yeah, I'll always watch a 70s Al Pacino movie. I'm saying that I still haven't seen Serpico. Oh, it's a little bun. Right, let's look around Apollonia for signs of this devil, I guess. I doubt I'll see a devil. Is that a grave? No. Do you want to search for anything, Mutt? It feels weird calling him Mutt. I think of that as an insult. Oh, hang on, this is something. Calling a dog dog, I think, is charming and Columbo-like. Calling it Mutt feels rude. What am I looking at here? A crumbled old thatch roof? Friends? I discovered an abandoned camp. Friends? Are friends here? This is the person who named their son Burden. I hear some... It sounds like blacksmithing, but it could just be me walking around in my ridiculous getup. Oh, it's a Skelly friend! Hello. Is anyone in here? It's raining very heavily. Oh, there's a horse in here. Oh, that's the black horse. A horse? I can't really hear you over the rain. It's like rain in your video game. It's a free horse. You've already paid. I can't get into the horse, unfortunately. There we go. Launch yourself. Hello, Vranik the horse. I don't know how I know your name is Vranik. Oh, and it's really showing off those horse eyes. Horse eyes freak me out a little bit. It's like goat eyes, where they have the horizontal pupils.
Beautiful horse. Black as charcoal. The herd boy wasn't lying. And you don't smell of brimstone. You're just an ordinary horse.
You're just a horse.
Did come to see the hermit. But it wasn't the devil.
I mean, the devil could have an ordinary horse. You don't know anything about that. I need to pee really badly. Maybe it's the rain. Maybe it's like the rain has activated my pee sensors? I don't know if that's a thing in the human body. My piss glands? I'm gonna go pee. You can all enjoy the break screen for a second. I'll be back in like 40 seconds maybe. I can't decide if hearing pee sensors or piss glands is worse. Whatever the physiological thing in your body is, that when your bladder is full, goes piss. I don't know what function of the body is that's doing that. Like some sort of like little circuit board attached to your urethra or something that's going like, piss alert, go! Or not, I don't know. Pee sensor sounds like something you fit to a car. Okay, well, we found a horse. Is that all we were looking for? Yes, it was. Horse. Let's keep that in mind if we need a new horse, because I might be able to take this. I mean, I feel... the horse can jump out of this. If a horse really wants to jump out somewhere, I'm sure it can. Or it could just ram against this shit fence. But I do feel a little bad. If it's still here when I come back, I might break down parts of the fence or something. It's like, along the walk to my doctor, because I am lucky enough to be within walking distance of my GP, despite never going, there is a small field where a very elderly, tiny horse lives. It's like a fully grey horse with like white bits in its fur, and it's very old, and it's like the size of like a Great Dane. It's really small. And I always feel quite sad for it, just kind of standing there waiting for pets from passers-by. I'm like, maybe I should, like, I don't know, break down part of this fence and let you free. But I can see its owner in the distance. Oh, who are you? Was that what those noises were? Who the fuck are you? Are you just random boys? Hail and well met, boys! Hello.
Hey, you have anything to eat? I haven't eaten for such a long time, and I know you'll be happy to share.
Yeah, right. I've got some, whatever it's called, some wolf meat.
Of course.
I have some dried wolf meat. Do you want some dried wolf meat? I'll give you 4, 2 each for you. Confirm?
See now. Now be on your way.
What, did you want it or not? Were you...
What a treat this
Were you gonna fucking kill me and eat me? I'm hungry too. This is how I picture Ireland in my head, to be honest. As an American, fields, old grey horse next to a doctor you walk to. I mean, it's a modern clinic. It's just past some fields and a castle, okay? It's a very modern, like, new build clinic. However, it's in a business park that is just past a field with an elderly old horse and a small cottage that has some chickens running around out front all the time, and a very, very, very small castle that has some sheep and llamas running around. So, we're not all whimsical. Before or after the apothecary. I mean, if we're talking about chemists, my town, despite being quite small, has like 11 chemists in it, and I don't know why. There's one on like... There's like 2 on every street. It's ridiculous. You live in a movie. 1 second. I don't even know what it's called. Would you even call this a castle? I'm going to look up my town plus castle. Yeah, here we go. It is... I can see it on here. This is the... God, it looks fucking miserable. Apparently this is called Mistletoe Castle. So it is called a castle. This is what I walk past on the way to my my doctor. It's not normally flooded. Normally there is some small llamas here. I don't know why there's llamas. Llamas not native famously to Ireland. But there's some llamas and some little sheep. I assume they get their wool. I don't know. Llama wool? That's probably an industry. It's like a folly. Yeah, kind of. It's like a fake castle. It's like one of these castles that was probably built by the Victorians. And, you know, to look a bit like a castle. So it's like a fake castle, like you might see in like a Victorian village. So it's a bit shit looking. Let's be honest. It's like a shit fake castle. Does someone live there? Yeah. I mean, I don't think they live alone, but yeah, somebody lives there. I think it was abandoned for a few years, but then somebody moved in and tidied up a bit. You can see how swampy the place I live in looks. This is probably an autumn day. And apparently it's called Mistletoe Castle, which is very quaint. Hang on. Control-Shift-T. Can I bring the other images back up? Mistletoe Castle. Any more modern images? This is it, a bit more cleaned up, yes. As a lower resolution, but this is it now. This is what it looks like when I walk past it. So, you know, it's a bit more cleaned up, and there's, for some reason, sheep and alpacas just kind of out front, just living their life. Some crows eating along with them. I don't know why. I don't know why they imported these things. I don't actually know who lives there. You know they have a Jeep, though. That is the standard thing for somebody who lives in a place like this. Yeah, there's a few. I mean, there's another castle. Again, this is called a castle. You occasionally see, like, American types pulling up outside of it and taking photos. What I'm about to show you is the actual shittest castle you will ever see. It is an embarrassment to my town, and I can't believe it hasn't been torn down yet. I believe it is used as a warehouse, and it's literally on the main street of my town, in between two supermarkets, right? They've just left this one tower of a castle and have the gall to call this shit a castle. It's not a castle. It's a single tower that's barely alive, it's barely functional anymore, that just exists as a warehouse in the main square. Fucking ridiculous place. It's like an old jail. I don't know what the fuck it was used for. Because we do have an old jail. We have like a jail that was built in the 1600s that was a big clock tower, and is still a big clock tower. Hang on. If I type in this, you can now go into it as a museum, which I have done, and it's actually quite good. This is the old jail. This building here. And it's, you know, nice enough, I guess. You walk past it every day. I walk past this on the way to work. This was the old jail. I don't know what the fuck this was. It's just literally just some square, squat building. Like, this is where they'd hang people. You can still see the pegs under the windows a little bit, but like, I don't know where this is. Europe sounds like a fantasy to live in more and more. I mean, they're shit castles. They're really bad. Is it just a guard tower for the road? I've never actually looked it up. I'm sure there's like some sort of plaque outside saying it. What's it even called? That. Let me type this in. Does it have a Wikipedia? Probably not. It does! It has a Wikipedia page. The tower was originally on the riverfront, but then the river silted and changed. It is from... when was it built? Late 15th century. So 1400s. So, you know, just after this game takes place, it was built. Cambro Norman Merchants. I don't even know what that means. What was it? It was a fortified house to protect merchant trade goods. That's basically just a fancy word for warehouse. It's just a warehouse. Oliver Cromwell's army entered Youghal, the town, in 1649 during the Cromwellian conquest of Ireland, and stayed there. And then it was used as a prison. Cool. Alright, fine. It's open to tourists. I'm gonna call bullshit on that. I've literally never seen the door open. Is it older than the Mayans? Well, one second. Mayan Empire. Also, I might have been confusing them with the what's it called? The Aztecs. Aztec Empire. This was 1428. So it's probably about 50 years younger, roughly, than the Aztec Empire. So it's, you know, it's not that old, basically. 1460, maybe. Anyway, I'm closing this now and going back to the game. Castles. Bad castles. America doesn't have a ton of history like this. I mean, like, 1400s, that's not that old here, I would say. Like, I went to a graveyard this morning, because I had 25 minutes between meetings this morning. So for 25 minutes, I went to a nearby graveyard that I like and walked around in there. And there are graves there that are from the 1700s-ish, 1600s. There's a plague pit there from the 1800s. So it's like, things are old, you know? So I guess I'm spoiled from them. Bad castles, they say. Spoiled with castles. Like, I can't actually make out the dates in this image, but this is one of them. There you go. Just like a nice old graveyard that I like going around. Because I like graveyards. Mary Dyer died, does that say like 1801 or 91? That might say 1891. It's hard to make it out. Whatever. When did you die? Can't make out that date at all. It's just a big mess of graves. Anyway, back to game. Let's actually play more. Resume. Well, we gave our wolf meat away. Well, some of it. I should give some wolf meat to dog. How's your life going? How's your obedience? I can check that in the buffs section or player section, maybe. There we go. 13! Oh, Jesus. But then it says 70 here. Maybe it's being buffed by something?
I really need to eat something.
Shut up, Henry. Eat some wolf meat. You need to get some actual food in you. This has not been a problem until recently. Because I've been so full of potions. Drink a potion, actually. Yeah, drink this and this.
When's the last time I ate something?
I mean, now your tummy's a bit fuller. It's up to 45. And then have some wolf meat. There we go. Now you're full. Good stuff. Where is this fucking hermit? It said it was past a stream somewhere, right? Find out more about the hermit. Yeah, there's a well, so that's the stream. So let's follow the stream. Let's go back here. Go up towards the well. That noise might be something on the stream that I'm hearing.
This is the place the innkeeper was talking.
There we go.
The hermit lives somewhere up here.
Oh, I'm stuck in the trees. This was in the first game as well. They'll somehow have these little things that clank on the streams for some reason. Which seems very annoying. I guess it's so you know if they're overflowing or something like that. What is this? Some beer. And a stream. Okay, I mean, this doesn't massively help. I'll continue on. Hermit! Hermit! Oh, it stopped raining. That's lovely. I like the rain, but there's very little that's more satisfying than having rain just kind of suddenly stop, and you hear these like little thick boy droplets just coming down as it eases off. Oh, never mind. I think it's coming back. Hermit? Is there a hermit around here? I can still hear a noise of somebody going like clang. But I can't quite make it out because it's very echoey around here. This looks like something that's... Ah! Here's like a garden. Hermit? Hermit? This looks like a place a hermit might live. And there's an adorable little sheep boy. Hello, little sheep boy. Ah, you're probably a sheep girl. Either way, you're squish. I'm going to wash my... Oh, this is a very muddy puddle. It'll probably be cleaner than nothing. Hermit? Hermit! Yippee! I was sent by Radovan, the blacksmith.
Radovan, the blacksmith from Takov, sent me.
And what's that got to do with me? Clear off! Equam memento rebus in arduis servari mentem.
I don't know what that means. Okay. Well, that doesn't help. Is this game what Ireland looks like? I would say there is far too much trees and areas of natural beauty for this to be Ireland. Ireland is much more depressing to walk around. Lorem ipsum too. Oh, good, a big pile of human shit. Wonderful. Glad I walked up this horrible hill. I wouldn't put a latrine up on a big hill like this, because if it overflows, that's all coming down here into your main square. This seems like poor planning, Hermit. Meh. I think it's just that by comparison with America, any European country will seem impossibly old, because not only is America itself a very, very new country, it also seems like Americans tear down every building that isn't under 50 years old and replace it with new shit. It seems like most of their buildings are made out of wood. Maybe that's why. Well, I don't know what I meant to do there, because he won't speak to me. It's like every time I see, like, American houses, they're usually being carried off by some sort of tornado, and they seem to be made out of, like, basic planks. Whereas even in my town, a cheap house is going to be, you know, 500-600 years old or whatever. Latrines are in hills so that the waste can go down with gravity and you have to shovel it less, maybe? There's a lot of wood framing, yes. I guess, I mean, it makes sense that it's really cheap, but it's odd that I associate America, and it's only parts of America, I'm aware, but with having a lot more natural disasters than here, and yet they build their houses out of famously fragile materials. It's like, it feels like you're just asking for trouble there. Like, I guess it's then cheap to rebuild. That looks like a horrible little face. But also, maybe it wouldn't smash apart as much if you built a proper house. I don't know. I mean, there's probably benefits as well, because, yeah, that's the thing. You can live in a brand new house for probably a bit cheaper. Where the fuck did I even... I'm already lost again. Like this house. I don't know how old this house is. I've never looked it up. But this is very, very, very old. And it means it's very poorly insulated. And was not really built for modern amenities. Now we have them, but you know. They're kind of crammed in there. What am I supposed to do here? Sheep, can you help me? Special friend sheep? Can I just run in and steal his sword? Can I talk to you at all? You now just don't want to talk to me. I mean, you're not actively making me leave. So I can just kind of fuck around in your house and annoy you. Where's your sword? Where's your sword? Where's your sword? Where's your sword? Hey, where's your sword? What are you writing? What are you writing? Can I read? Can I read?
I'm sorry.
Can I read it? What are you writing? Is it a letter? Are you writing a book? What's it about? If we can annoy him so much he assaults us, maybe we can be legally allowed to kill him.
Better to do? Clear off before I lose my patience.
Okay, sorry. Oh, Christ. What the fuck am I meant to do here, then? Journal. Recently sold himself to the devil. I mean, I don't know how I would find out more about him here. Maybe he's got like a journal that I could read. Oh, Jesus Christ! Maybe he's got a journal or a secret goon cave. Hi. It's a chest. I can't get into any of these. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, bye. Let's look around a little bit more then. We'll go up this. No, this is the latrine again. I don't want to be in the latrine. It looks horrible. I'm so glad modern plumbing exists. I think it's probably in the running. Like, it's definitely over the internet and the car and stuff like that. The flushable modern toilet, that's got to be the greatest human invention. Like, the amount of disease and death and just inconvenience that has been solved by that invention, it's got to be, like, the most lives saved of any person, right? Whoever invented that. It might have been a team effort, I don't know. I think the one thing that would stop me from living out in the woods or living in the past would be that. Like, access to modern toiletries and plumbing. Because it sounds like hell. Somewhere in this region. I think it wants me to just wander into his house. I don't want to wander into his house. He's angry at me. No, we just do it figuratively. It's the fact that it's so elegant. Like, the fact that it doesn't require electricity, in particular, is so incredible. Like, the fact that it works without power. Oh, what a dream. I cannot wait until some tech bro makes a privatized toilet company that requires electricity and tries to, like, interrupt the toilet industry. Imagine having a wisdom tooth and not having modern dentistry. I have wisdom tooth issues, very minor ones. Basically, once a year for about 2 weeks, one set, either top or bottom, of my wisdom teeth will press up from my gums very slightly, break through the flesh, and just kind of mildly hurt for a couple of weeks. And every time I'm like, I should probably get this sorted by going to a dentist. And then I don't. And then it just solves itself. I probably should. But so far in my life, I have never had a filling. I have never had a cavity. I've never had a crown or a chipped tooth. I've never had any teeth removed. Basically, structurally, as far as I'm aware, my teeth are fine. Now, I haven't been to a dentist in many, 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 many years. But it seems all good. I don't have sensitive teeth particularly. What am I meant to do with you? Like, I can't confront him about anything. Find out about the hermit and get the sword. I ought to find out if there's any truth behind the stories before I go and see him. Well, I can't really find out anymore. Other than the fact that there's a spooky horse. Huh. Maybe there's something in the well? Maybe I could go and look at the well? Might need to look this up. Maybe I'm just meant to rob him. My dentist told me it's better to get wisdom teeth removed as soon as you can because it's harder when you get older. I have also heard this, yes. Toilet needing a firmware update. You don't eat a ton of sugar, which is probably why. That is true. I don't really eat a lot of sugar or fruit. Like, no refined or raw sugars. I'm a savoury boy, so it's probably protecting me a little bit. Where's this well? Where is the well? Is this the well? Yes, this is the well. Can I bring him some beer? Maybe he wants beer? Yeah, there must be a diary somewhere that I'm missing. It's a video game. There's always journals or audio logs. There'll be something scratched into an old tree. You can just be born with fucked up wisdom teeth, and I can't imagine how people in the past dealt with that. I think a lot of people... It's very common to be born with fucked up wisdom teeth, right? Isn't it something like it's a minority of people whose wisdom teeth come in really nicely and neatly and well? It's either pushing on something, or it doesn't come all the way through, or... We've just evolved past the need for them, because I guess we don't eat as much grass as we used to. It's like the wisdom teeth and the appendix are really vestigial at this point. Do you want some beer? I have some beer. Oh, for fuck's sake. Diary. Can I sleep in your bed? Invisible man sleeping in your bed. Can I read what you're writing?
Careful!
Shut up. What are you writing? What are you writing? What are you writing? I need to look this up, I think. I don't know what it wants from me. I mean, maybe what I meant to do is just sneak in while he's asleep. But then it made a big deal about finding out about that stuff before I confronted him. Somebody around might know rumors. There's nobody else here. It says within this area, find out more about the hermit, but there's nobody around. Because he's a hermit. He lives near nobody. And I'm not talking about Odysseus. Ugh. Like the inn? I don't think... I've already asked everything at the inn. Although maybe I could come back from the inn. We were told maybe to go back to... what's her name? At the... apothecary. Let's do that then. Let's travel back here. Before we look anything up. I remember reading a story, and I don't know if this is 100% true, but that back in the day, in medieval Europe at some point, I mean medieval Europe is a huge amount of time to say, but at some point in those like 800 years, that people thought that tooth pain was caused by some sort of tooth worm. And that's how they explained cavities, that there was a little worm that would burrow into your teeth and cause tooth pain. And so, shady street-side dentists, don't know what they would have been called at the time, but that kind of job, would sometimes do one of two things. They'd either, while you weren't looking, give you some, like, rudimentary painkillers, drill your teeth, and then throw, like, a little maggot into your mouth, and then go, oh, look, I found it, the tooth worm. This is what's been causing your pain. And then they'd go, oh, you must know what you're doing, you extracted the tooth worm. Or they would just pull out the entire tooth, including the nerve from the jaw, and say, look, it's the tooth worm at the fucking dangling nerve. Horrifying stuff. Now, I read that probably in like a horrible histories book, so take it with a grain of salt. Ask about the hermit?
I'd like to ask you about that hermit. Who's this hermit?
No one knows.
And what is he?
Well, he was at death's door recently.
Okay.
And he's like a different man since then. Mark my word. And the devil's some...
Okay, fine. Can I spend the night?
Can I spend the...
Yeah, one
Just
night.
the one,
I need to rest for a day.
Alright, here's some...
Agree. You can sleep...
Okay, good. End dialogue. Was this when barbers were dentists too? Barbers were everything for a while. Barbers were... Famously, I think surgeons were barbers. It was basically like the guy in the town who has a knife and a scissors. So they'll do some basic stitching and surgery on you and cut off a limb and all that kind of thing. Do your teeth. Just an all-round good guy, maybe. I'm glad medicine exists. Can I steal soup from here? Where's your best soup? A cup of your finest soup, madam. There's no...
Why is this sticky?
There's no soup in here. What a fucking terrible pub this is. All-purpose knife guy. Just the guy who carries around a Swiss Army knife and thinks he's cool. Do you think somebody died and moved in and that is a different man? It might be. That could be fun. I mean, that's as good a guess as any. Or maybe he just took, like, cocaine and everybody's like, this is baffling. It was you, wasn't it? Gerda. I can't talk to Gerda. I don't know what the fuck they want from me then. I might have to look this up. Hang on. Okay, what's the next step of this quest? KCD2 Hermit. The Hermit walkthrough. Yep, there we go. Explore Apollonia. Talk to Stanislav. We did that. Okay, hang on. Talk to the villagers. Talk to Gerda. Done. Investigate the cross. Yep, done. It contains... Oh, it did say there was a We did get books from that grave, but we never did it. Explore Apollonia. You'll find a black horse and an abandoned hut. Find out more about the hermit. You must now find the hermit to find him in a hut. Okay. Apparently. Warning. Bug. Make a save before approaching the hermit. If he's hostile, go away in advance time until he sits down. Then you can talk to him. Okay, hang on. We apparently are meant to talk to him, but he just told me to go away. Game might be slightly broken. Hang on. Go back to Apollonia over here. At least we're full now. Oh no, we're not full. We need some food. I thought we had some soup, but there was no soup. Oh, I'm bleary because of lack of soup. Fucking hell. This is what happens when you don't give a European man regular potatoes. He starts fucking passing out. Alright, if we find some soup, we'll just eat it off the floor. Maybe he'll be more amenable to talking now. Maybe it's because it was the evening, and he was like, this is my writing time! Get away from me! No, we've had a lovely little sleep. Everybody's had a lovely little sleep. We can come back and be amenable to each other. I forgot I had a horse, by the way. Some of this would have been made easier by the addition of a horse. I wonder if I can kill and eat that black horse. It looks healthier than mine, which means it might be more delicious. Soup? Bandit soup? Banditos? Ah! Soup, please, for the love of Christ. Rob, is there soup? There's dog skin. I don't really want... Oh, there's Toledo steel in there. Hang on. We were told that we needed to find that. Maybe this is just an extra way of getting it. Is there no food in this fucking camp? Well, what good are you? There's bowls. Alright, whatever. On we go. Oh, I'd love to run through this. I'd love to just walk around in this area. We Columbo-y. Shut up, Henry! I mean, I feel like this would stump Columbo as well. If Columbo went over to somebody and they just flat out refused to speak to him, he'd probably be a bit fucked. Because his whole MO is like pretending to be bumbling. I mean, Henry isn't pretending. But pretending to be a bumbling idiot while they sort of doom themselves by underestimating him. But Henry just walks up to this hermit and he goes, "Fuck off, I'm not speaking to you." And we have to go, oh. Okay, sorry. I guess I'll go then. Am I about to fall in the latrine? No, we're right here, good. He's right over this hill. Can I just, like, climb up here, maybe? Can I just do a big old jump? Ugh, Christ. Henry can't really jump, especially in full plate mail. Oh my god, I really don't have much for you. Do you want more dried wolf meat? And some buck's blood? There. Live like a wellness influencer. Bro, I only eat dried wolf meat. It's got the most protein per pound of any animal. It helps me with my gains. And I only drink this blood. Keeps me youthful. What do you want? I can talk to him now. Hey, it works now. Yippee. Okay. God be with you, hermit. We'll open up in a nice way. We don't need to be like, hey, did you sell your soul to the devil? Because he's probably sick of that. And if you're a hermit, it's unlikely you enjoy conversation in the first place. If the first time somebody speaks to you is, hey, have you sold your soul to the devil? You're probably not going to be happy.
God be with you, hermit. I don't have time for you. Go away.
Folk in the village are saying
okay,
he's made a
never mind.
recovery. And since then, you won't let anyone near you. What happened?
Nothing happened. I just can't stand all these people coming here and disturbing me. Can't I have a moment's peace?
I think it might be a different guy. I think maybe you're a new guy. Although you are illuminating a manuscript, so you must be some form of monk guy. Wait, hang on. Yeah, we saw monks. Did an inquisitor come through, kill the hermit accidentally, and then just take over his life or something?
Judging by what I've heard about you, you're a bit fishy, hermit.
Rude.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of talk about you in the village. They say you've made a pact with the devil, and are summoning demons from hell.
Old wives' tales. What do I care about such nonsense?
Well, but supposing it isn't nonsense.
Oh, Henry.
Of course it is.
There was a hiding place beneath the conciliatory cross. There was it a hiding place or was it a grave? Well, I guess it was a hiding. It was a stash more. When I think hiding place, I think of like somebody hiding in there. Hello, Zahara. Welcome.
The apparition was seen by the conciliatory cross at night.
Old wives' tales.
I went to take a look, and it really is askew. But it wasn't magic that Hellspawn was wielding. It was a shovel. There was a hiding place beneath the cross. And the man digging there at night didn't have time to put the cross back in the right position.
By all the saints! So someone was digging there. What has that to do with me?
I don't mean to be rude to Gerda and the rest of the villagers, because I recognise that they're medieval peasants. However, if I came across somebody digging in the night, my first response wouldn't be, a demon. It would be, some fuckers out at night. I think jumping to demon is insanity. There was a cloak of the Knights of the Cross in that hiding place. I have it right now.
There was a brand new cloak of the Knights of the Cross in the hiding place. It's clear that the man doing the digging hid it there. Maybe to cover up who he really is. And what he's planning.
I still don't know what you want from me. What have I got to do with some cloak?
There was money there as well.
The man who took things from the hiding place can't have been some chance thief.
Chance.
Because he left a purse full of coin there.
So keep the groschen, lad.
Oh, I'm keeping the groschen.
Pestering me. It's nothing to do with me.
Just deny. This is medieval Trump. It's just the commoner garden night digger. I found some charters of the Order of Knights.
I found some pretty interesting documents of the Order.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I reckon you do, Ambrose. According to one of the documents, you were appointed seneschal of the Knights of the Cross.
I didn't read these.
Or are you going to tell me it was some other Ambrose?
I'm not going to tell you anything. I don't know anything about any documents.
I also found a black horse.
A few nights ago, a herdsboy saw a black horseman ride into Apollonia. He thought it was an apparition, but I think a demon would have known the road to Apollonia and wouldn't have spun round and round at the crossroads like a top.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I found a black horse stabled in a pen here, in the woods below the rocks. A well-fed, healthy horse, black as charcoal. The man who rode on it wasn't an apparition, or the devil.
Why are you telling me all this? For God's sake! Stop this nonsense right now.
I think I could listen to Henry read an audiobook. I just don't... I really enjoy the sort of, like, not too wurzily West Country vibes he gives off. I like the West Country accent. The sort of, like... Is this, like, Bristolian? I don't know. Out with it. We have you dead to rights. Just fucking slap him silly with the books.
That's enough. I think there are enough fishy things going on around you for me to tell the bailiff. But you're in luck. All I'm after is that broken sword. So, come clean.
You're wide of the mark. But in the end, maybe you could help me.
What do you want help with, Ambrose?
I'm not Ambrose.
Yes!
He died some time ago. I am Conrad, Knight of the Cross with the Red Star.
How did the hermit die?
Ambrose is dead, you say? How did it happen?
He was an old man. Unfortunately, he was already at death's
I know he's a
door when I
hermit, but
found
did
him.
nobody
You had
even
nothing to do
notice
with his death?
Of course not.
that
Ambrose was
you have
my
a different
friend.
face?
I'd known him for 20 years. He was a good member of the Order and an outstanding teacher.
Ambrose was a knight?
Ambrose was a member of your order.
More than a member. He was the Seneschal, second in rank only to the Grand Master. He served
You're not
the Order
racist,
for
are
many
you?
years before getting into a dispute with the Prague chapter and the Inquisition. Then he had to disappear. I was the only one to know where to look for him. But I came too late. All he managed to tell me was his last wish.
What was his last wish?
What was his last wish?
He wanted me to find a hiding place beneath the conciliatory cross where he'd hidden his past.
Well, I've
He
got it
sensed
now.
that death was coming for him. He wanted me to help settle his affairs.
Was it
And
the
he
devil
also
himself?
longed to hold his old sword in his hands one last time. I went to his hiding place that very night. But by the time I got back, Ambrose was dead. I put the blade on his grave in place of a cross.
I need that sword. How angry will you be if I take it? And put like a nice I'll pay for a nice gravestone. How much is a gravestone? Oh, they're ridiculously expensive, aren't they? Death is really expensive if you go the sort of traditional route with it. You know, if you don't just toss them in a bog or something. They like headstones and what are they called? Coffins? They're so dear. What are you doing here exactly? Why did you come back in the first place?
What are you doing in the hermit's hut then?
In Prague, I got into a...
What's going on in
serious
Prague?
dispute. Ambrose was the only person who could help me. That's why I came to see him.
I'm guessing that the diabolical horseman scaring people round these parts was you.
That was not my intention, believe me.
So the sword is on Ambrose's grave. Will you tell me where I can find it?
You want to disturb his rest?
I just want the sword, that's all. It's no use to him now.
All right.
All right, that's
I'll
fine.
tell you where his grave is. If you fulfill Ambrose's last
Oh,
wish
I'm not
instead
going to
of
have
me.
sex with the corpse or
I can't do
something. What is it? Oh, I don't want to. What am I supposed to do? It better not be something awful. Like, I wanted to feel the touch of a man for one last time. That's why they kicked me out in the first place.
All right. What am I supposed to do?
Listen carefully, then. There's an old widow called Margaret.
Have
living
sex
in the
with my
village.
wife.
Take this cross to her, and say to her exactly these words. Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
That's right.
I hope she'll know what this is about.
Don't worry, she will. Give her the cross, and I'll tell you where you can find the sword. Benedictio Domini sit tecum.
All right. Bring the message of forgiveness to the widow. I don't know about this. I don't know if the widow's going to be particularly happy about this. Can I have your soup? Can you make me some soup on the way back? I know it's like an imposition, but my tummy is quite rumbly, and I would appreciate it. Considering I'm not telling anybody, and considering I'm doing this for you, and I've taken this all very well, could you make me some food? Right, I gotta fast travel back. And I might mark this here, so I actually know where I'm going next time. Troskowitz, go. Old woman cross. We don't know if she's old. She could be young. An enemy. Oh god. Okay. What happened? I literally just left a second ago. Why are you here? Why the fuck are you fighting? It's a lone bandito. With a very silly moustache. Ow. Ow. Oh, my fucking knee. Jesus. Thank you. Fuck you. Don't even try and ask for forgiveness. That was a nightmare. I hate you. Wait, you're only unconscious? taking your silly hat. Now let's fast travel. Oh, I'm covered in blood now. I'm gonna need to wash myself. Troskovitz, please. Anything that my grandfather didn't understand, he would call the work of the devil. He was born in 1905. Oh my god. That is ancient. This must have been your great-grandfather, right? Because I'm thinking, when were my grandparents born? My grandparents were born in, like, the late 40s.
You silly doggy.
Late 40s, maybe even very early 50s? No. Late 40s, that's about... My grandmother's, like... Yeah, my grandmother is, like, 75. That means she would have been born in, like, 1950. Yeah, that's very old. 1905. Right, let's talk to this widow. Where is she? Up here? Where's this marker? Where'd the marker go? Where's she? Oh, she's all the way out there now. Fine. Your granny's younger than my mum was. And what was this other marker? I have like an eye. Oh, there it is. It's the same thing. Bring the message to the woman. I guess this is an overlapping quest with another one we could have gotten. I'd love to wash myself, but that freak is too busy. Is there a trough in here before I go? There is. Because I don't want to just show up at this old woman's house covered in blood. That is some dye. Don't wash yourself in that. Just caked in filth. Hiya. Scary biscuits. I mean, I think my grandparents had my mum quite young, to be fair. Like, my grandmother was probably like 20 when she had my mum. And my mum was probably like 25 when she had me. So, you know, not much of a gap between the generations there. It's like my mum's only in her like early 50s. I'm not even 30. And my nana's like 75. So, you know. Who are you? Bolek. I don't know who you are. You're not who I'm looking for, though. My parents were in their 40s when I was born. Oh my god. I mean, that's probably better. It's just that I would say, well, not rare anymore in Ireland, but up until recently, I'd say it might have been. The stereotype held true of, like, you know, 14 kids all as soon as you get married. Like, it's unusual that my mum only has 2 siblings. Because, like, my dad, for instance, has 7. It's ridiculous. Hello, Widow Margaret. Speaking of old women. I bring you absolution. Now say the exact words. I've forgotten them already. What are the words? Oh, Christ. Ambrose is gone, but your brother must have what he gets, or something like that.
This might seem strange, but I'm supposed to give you this.
A cross? Mother of God. What's the meaning of this?
Margaret,
Ambrose forgives you, that's it.
But his brother must get what he deserves.
Ambrose? The hermit?
It was his wish that I give you the cross and the message. He said you'd know what it's about.
Oh my God! By all that's holy, it couldn't possibly be him. All those years, I'd lost hope. I never forgave myself. I committed a mortal sin.
Well, I don't know what you did.
Whatever it was, it's fine.
Absolution.
No.
Oh,
There's
cute
no
a kid.
absolution. Not yet. You said it yourself. Not until Ambrose's brother gets what he deserves. The bones. They still lie there outside the wall. Help me. His soul must find peace.
Did you kill his fucking brother? Oh, for fuck's sake. Fine. I think you might have murdered his brother. It depends what the brother did. This is, you know, medieval times. Might have deserved it.
All right. I'll help you. But you'll have to tell
Consider
me
it confession.
Thank you, lad. Thank you. I'll tell you everything. It's a curse. I've never told anyone about it. And it's a good thing you caught me here. At the graveyard.
What does the graveyard have to do with absolution?
What does the graveyard have to do with absolution?
Hold on. Not so fast. I'll tell you everything. First, tell me, are you afraid of the dead?
No.
It's the living
Not
I'm
at
more
all.
afraid of than the dead.
One should fear the dead. But in the end, it's probably a good thing that you have no fear.
My parents were in their 40s
You
when I was
see,
born. I got away with
one
a shit
poor
ton.
soul is waiting for
I remember,
redemption.
I don't know, it hit me
Years and
a few
years.
years ago how young my
get it
parents
now.
are when they had me.
Ambrose's brother has to get what he
It's
deserves.
like early 20s, early
This
to
is
mid
about the
20s.
soul of
That's
Ambrose's
so
brother.
young.
His name was Jan. He lies outside the graveyard wall, buried without rites. He's been there for 30 years.
Why doesn't he have a grave? Widow Margaret, or whatever your name was.
Why doesn't he have a proper grave?
Because suicides can't enter the
Ah.
They have to be buried outside the walls, like the unclean. The worst thing about it is that Jan didn't kill himself.
Did
He
you
didn't
kill
deserve
him
such a
and framed
dishonourable
him for
burial,
suicide?
And it's my fault. I said nothing.
What happened to him?
The memories are painful. We were childhood friends, and Jan loved me. Only, I chose his friend Vashek over him. He couldn't get over the rejection. So he lay in wait for Vashek one evening.
Hey, he sounds
And
like an
Vashek
incel, I'll be honest.
Killed him.
It was an accident. They quarrelled.
Okay, so
Jan
is an incel
first, and
weirdo.
Vashek
Are
had
we
to
sure he
defend
needs
himself.
absolution?
Apparently, they got close to the cliff edge while they were fighting, and Jan fell.
If you believe the other
When
guy.
they found his body at the bottom of the cliff, people thought he'd killed himself. The only one who didn't believe it was Jan's brother.
Alright. The conciliatory cross is to commemorate Jan?
Ah, the conciliatory cross where they saw the apparition. That's to commemorate Jan.
His brother Ambrose had it built there. And those diabolical apparitions. It's my fault for saying nothing.
Ah, they were just some guy.
God
Doesn't matter.
is punishing me for my sins.
Nonsense. God wouldn't use a diabolical apparition to scare you, would he? And what's more, Ambrose forgave you, didn't he?
Only on the condition that Jan's bones will be laid to rest in consecrated ground.
We'll do it now,
Help
it's
me
fine.
lay him to rest in a proper grave.
Yeah, it's
please.
fine. This is all actually very sort of sad. I'll help you.
Isn't
Go
that
away.
sacrilege?
Oh,
That's
whatever,
the only way we
Henry.
can put
You
right a
square.
terrible mistake.
Stop being such a
Jan didn't
rube.
kill himself.
Yeah, of course. We'll bury him. It's all cool.
We'll give him a proper burial.
We'll put him around the back of the shed
Jan's
so he doesn't
soul has
notice.
the right to eternal rest.
Thank you. The Lord will pay you back 100-fold. There's a rose bush outside the graveyard wall.
Are you
You'll
sure they
find
haven't
his
been
bones
eaten by
beneath it.
foxes? Is the only
Please
thing.
bury him beside my Vashek. Here, beneath the pine tree. In that way, they'll be reconciled, at least in death.
Where's the Reddit
Then
atheist
place
again?
Ambrose's cross on his grave.
There's actually no heaven, so it
Bless
doesn't
their
matter.
reconciliation. Take care.
Alright, I will go get him. I think I still have a spade on me. There's a rose bush. Where the hell is this rose bush? Alright, out here probably. Sorry, I'm stomping on all the graves in my big boots. I'll go around. My parents were in their mid-30s. I had my kid at almost 40. Again, I think that's normal now. Like, because of the wokes. People are having kids way later.
I was hungry as a wolf.
Like Duran said. Like, for various reasons. Partially is because people want to have them later when they're more stable. Part of it is because it takes longer to get stable. Pluck the flowers? I don't want to pluck the flowers. I want to dig up the grave. Hang on. Where's the grave, then? Maybe I have to pluck the flowers. Fine. Ah, there we go. Rob the grave. It's not robbing. It's not even really a grave. It's not under consecrated ground, love. There we go. Oh, they're remarkably stable and in okay condition. I'm going to assume he was missing those teeth to begin with. Old Bones. Like the Harry Nilsson song. It's not even a famous Harry Nilsson song. Alright. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. Nobody will notice that hole. We're not even going to fill it in. I don't want to pluck the flowers, I want to dig up the grave. I think one is actually better than the other. 2 other couples I know also had theirs around 40. It is very much linked to stability. I mean, yeah, like, when I think about having children in your early 20s, that's basically a child. Like, 25 may as well be 17 in my head at this point. And I'm not even 30 yet. Alright, here's some bones. Do you want to talk, or are we burying them there? Rob the grave. I don't want to rob the grave. Is this the one I'm meant to put it in? Well, it's not really robbing it if I'm putting stuff in there, is it? Or am I digging another one? Do you want me to dig another one for you? I guess that'll look weird, because we'd have to put in another headstone. Alright. Back in Henry's time, hitting 40 would have been a good innings. Bury Jan's remains. Let's do it. 3 out of 4 of my cousins all had kids in their late 30s and 40s.
Your journey ends here, Jan.
I mean, I'm never going to have kids, but
you have in your
I'd be more likely in my 40s than my 20s.
Rest in peace.
Although,
I don't know much about
not to put it too disgustingly,
situations.
I'm probably fine whenever, because cum doesn't curdle like eggs do. No, the eggs just run out. I don't think they curdle. But you know, you can keep going forever. It's why Al Pacino has just had a child in his 80s.
So forgive me this little sacrilege.
Whereas if you've got eggs, you really are on a timer. No, not really. You can freeze your eggs. It's fine. Who cares, right?
As it is in heaven.
I don't know if that makes them less volatile or volatile is not the word I'm looking for. Virile eggs. You can just put your eggs in the fridge. Just like pluck them out, put them in like a really comically tiny, like one of those cardboard packages that you get hen's eggs in. And put them in one of those and put it in the fridge. Probably not in the fridge. Alright, we did it. You happy?
Ambrose's brother Jan got what he deserved.
I mean, we buried an incel. I'm not massively in favour of this.
May his soul
Next to the butter. A tiny, tiny pat of butter for some scrambled human eggs.
I thought about it every day.
Well, you're fine now.
It's all right now.
I would love if we did all this and then went, you're cursed now. That was sacrilege. Jinx.
I'd like to reward you somehow.
I expect you wouldn't want anyone to hear about all this, right?
Well, if you... Will you keep it to yourself?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
All right. I'll accept the coin, and that'll be the end of it.
Thank you again for your help. God be with you, Henry.
Yippee, thank you.
Good to see you, my friend.
Good stuff. Quest solved. Let's go back to this hermit, because I've been live for a while. Scrambled human eggs and curdled cum. I've asked this before, and I've never received a satisfactory answer. How many human eggs would you need to make, like, a portion of scrambled eggs? They are very small, and I don't know if they have really a yolk like you would need. You can make scrambled egg whites, I don't know. I don't know if they have the viscosity. They might just be like a cell or two. Although that's what an egg is. An egg is just a single cell, right? Had a sudden reminder of 2 situations. One was somebody think it was unfair that only men had to get parental testing. Why doesn't the mother have to get tested? I mean, the omen might happen. Have you ever considered that the omen might happen? Where actually the son is the son of the devil and a jackal, and they just pretend? It's like none of you have watched The Omen. That little boy didn't look anything like a jackal, by the way. I call bullshit on the jackal thing. Ooh. Alright, we're going to walk back to Ambrose. Well, not Ambrose. Whatever his name is now. The Hermit. The new one. Get this sword. Be good. Have a cool sword. But we don't even use swords anymore.
I'm as hungry as a wolf.
I forgot to buy food. Oh my god. Well, you know what? You can eat some wolf. We still have a couple of wolf things left. We can eat that. Eat. And put the buck's blood on as well. There we go. It'll keep me going for a little bit. I wish I could pick berries or something, although I don't know what grows in Czechia. Have you heard about the woman who got pregnant via IVF and learned that it's not even hers? They inseminated her with the wrong egg by mistake, so she had another couple's baby. Oh my god, that's grim. Wolves! Well, we might be able to restock on wolf meat in a second. If you're gonna howl and attack me, howl and attack me. Don't just stand there. Come on. Wolf. Come on. My dog's gonna get you eventually once it stops. Oh my god! Stop that! That was horrible. There we go. You get your home back, dog. There we go. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Thank you. Ow! My knees. Oof. Chase him down. Fuck it. I've got Puff. My Puff's quite high. Puff. Go, 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 go. Get him down. Kill him. Oh, I can't have the reach. It's really annoying. Fine, whatever. Didn't even get wolf meats out of it. The original parents ended up winning custody of the baby after she gave birth and bonded with it. She lost custody because she wasn't biologically related to it. That's a horrible, fucked up situation. Honestly, for everybody involved. Nobody involved has a good story there. Everybody's fucked. Oh, that's grim. Oh, find out what's going on. I'd love to see. Hang on, I'm gonna fall in a second. Where the hell am I? What do you mean, what's going on? I don't see where he even is. There we go, down here. Is somebody fighting? Ah, shit. That could be bad. What the fuck? Hello. Nitos or whatever?
Fella. What happened? If you're going to see the hermit, be warned. The man in the hut is just pretending to be the hermit. His name is Conrad, and he's a fraud and a murderer. The Inquisition paid him to murder our Grandmaster Zdeněk in Prague. Fortunately, God did not let him carry out the crime. But 2 of our brothers were killed by Conrad when they tried to detain him.
And I see a third one will soon join them.
He was just about to flee from here as well. We took him by surprise, but he had time to grab that damned crossbow.
I mean, I don't trust this random order of knights either.
Virgin Mary, help us. We have to catch him.
You're knights of a military order?
You're a knight of an order?
Yes. I am Brother Arnold, a knight of the cross with the red star. And these are brothers Sibald and Nicholas. You are too late to make the acquaintance of Brother Klesgo, I'm afraid.
Can somebody shut him up?
We take care of the sick in infirmaries throughout the land.
Do you, or are you evil? I don't know.
While there's still time.
Why did he flee?
Did Conrad really want to flee?
Yes. We stopped him at the last moment. He almost got away. But we surrounded him.
Why should I get mixed up in it?
I'll pay you. We just need to distract Conrad's attention. That's all. Otherwise, we won't have a chance against his crossbow in that gorge.
Fine, if he really is like a horrible murderer. I need that fucking sword, though.
That swine tried to deceive me. He mustn't get away.
God, thank you. Try to get close unseen and set fire to the haystack on the right-hand side of the yard.
It's raining.
His crossbow will be useless, but do it quickly, before he gets away.
It's raining! Set fire to the hay. Also, unseen. Kill or save the hermit. Oh, Jesus. Can I talk to him first, then? Hey, Conrad.
Hey, stop right there. Halt, or I'll shoot.
Wait, Conrad! It's me, Henry!
Don't move a muscle, I mean it.
Try to get answers.
I don't know what's going on here. I just want to talk with you in peace.
I understand, but there's no time for talk now.
What the fuck is going on? It's very
going on
dramatic.
here?
I don't want to kill you. Go away.
I can help you. Let's talk.
All right. But make it quick. And no sudden movement. Agnosto fortunam. Hasta aquí.
What do you want?
You wanted to run off.
Yeah,
Break
you
our
fuck you.
agreement.
And what is it you want to hear from me?
Where the fucking sword is? Why do they want to kill you as well?
Why do they want to kill you?
Why? They want to silence me. I had proof of our Grandmaster's Denyek's treachery. But they are blind. They refuse to believe me.
What about the murders? Did you really kill 2 brothers of the Order?
I had to defend myself. I'd be dead if I hadn't killed them.
Where can I find the
Where
sword?
can I find Ambrose's broken sword?
It's not far. At the edge of the meadow up there are 2 entangled birch trees. There's a grave beneath them, and the sword is on the grave.
All right.
That's all I need to know.
There's no time to go into it. Sorry, young man. You got mixed up in a game of high stakes, and there's no way back.
Oh, Jesus, I don't know. I don't really trust either of you. The system ran out of memory. Hang on, the game might have just crashed. The system ran out of memory. Close background processes and free up space on the Windows drive to prevent this issue.